All right. Hi, everybody. So we are going to talk about Vision 2018. And this virtual class is going to be very interactive and loads of information. And it's not only about setting achievable goals, it's about reaching achievable goals. So my name is Allie Phillips. My company is Manifested Harmony. I am the team leader of the Permastay Oil Team in Young Living. I'm also a triple master teacher, energy healer, and I'm an attorney. So I have multi-careers, and goal setting is what I do. So as Lucy, my 19-year-old cat, is over here. She's walking around the desk, just making sure she's not unplugging any wires. So before I get started, I just want to say that any of the information I'm going to talk about, especially as it relates to oils, it's not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure or prevent any disease. We're going to talk about how you can use the oils and the strategies in this webinar to help you figure out what you want to do in 2018 and help you achieve it. So if you have any of these Young Living essential oils, go ahead and grab them. They are all listed in this handout that I emailed to all of you who registered for this webinar. If you're watching this recording and you did not get the handout, you're going to need to email me at allie@manifestedharmony.com and I will send it to you. All right, now you don't have to have all of these oils, but if you have some of them, that is awesome. Having them here for the webinar is really going to help. And then this is the some of the pages in the booklet. You're going to want to print them out, and I'm going to be going through these, okay? So let's start with where you're headed in 2018. Now, one thing that I do before I start planning for the next year is I debrief what I've done the current year. So I am in the process of starting to debrief 2018 to find out what worked, what didn't work, what can I do better or differently. And so it's really figuring out where you want to be, because if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, you're going to get very frustrated. So it's about objectively looking at where you've been. And so if you've had a goal for many years and it's never come to fruition, you really need to objectively look at that to figure out what's wrong. You know, what's going on to where it hasn't happened. Because where we're headed, especially when we look ahead to a whole year, it's like driving in the dark and all we can see is as far as our headlights take us. But when we get on the right path, it's not fearful because we know we're going. So it's the equivalent of you getting in your car, setting, you know, your MapQuest or your Google Maps, and you're driving from Detroit, Michigan to San Diego, California, and you can only see a couple hundred feet in front of you, especially in the dark, but you have your map that's telling you where you're going. So this class is called Vision 2018 because if you know where you want to go, you're more likely to get there. You know, but it often feels like we're driving in the dark. So we're going to lay out the path so that it doesn't feel scary and so that you can actually achieve it. But one thing that I'm really big on is language, because this time of year, people start talking about resolutions. And resolutions are typically about things that you're going to stop. Things that you're going to stop doing. Like, I'm going to stop sitting at home. I'm going to get out and exercise. I'm going to stop eating carbs so that I can lose weight. I'm going to stop wasting time on Facebook so that I can build my business. That's why resolutions don't work, because it's negative energy to begin with of something that you are focused on the negative. I'm going to be talking about intentions, because intentions are about something that you're going to start. It's forward thinking, it's positive, it's change. It's never looking in the rearview mirror, which is the tiny mirror in your car. It's looking through the big windshield. Okay? I'd rather look through a big windshield than a tiny little mirror looking into the back. So as I go through this, please have at least one thing in mind that you want to accomplish in 2018. The bigger, the better. I'm a big believer that we need to go after those big fish. And even though it may seem scary, and even though the little voice in your head may say, no, nope, not going to happen. You can't do it. Who do you think you are? We're going to be going through a lot of different techniques to really work around that particular voice. And the major theme that you're going to hear in this webinar is you need to get really clear on what you want, because if you're confused, the universal energies are going to be confused. It's like going to Amazon and saying, I want a book. Amazon's just going to sit there like, okay, what kind of book? Tell me what book you want. So you have to be really clear. I'm going to talk about going public, because when we go public, it ramps it up and we become more accountable. And then actually taking the steps, not just saying that you're going to do it, but actually doing it. So let's first start with the first page of your booklet, if you downloaded it. And if for some reason you didn't, you can just look at this and you can take notes and then download what I emailed to you. So the first step is to get clear on what you want by figuring out what you don't want. Because when I ask people, what do you want? Like, if you could wave a magic wand, what do you want in your life? I get blank stares, because most people are never asked what they want. But you ask them what they don't want and they will rattle on for 7 hours, because people know what they don't want. So that's a really good place to start, is to figure out what you don't want. And I have broken it down into 7 different categories. And if you're in Young Living, you can actually get these oils. They're part of the Infused 7 kit. They're the ULA oils. You can get ULA Faith, ULA Family, Field, Finance, Fitness, Friends, and Fun. And these really cover the 7 key primary areas of life. And it doesn't mean that you have to get clear on every area or have a goal in every area, but this will help you start to narrow down what you want. So for example, let's say, and feel free to type in the chat. If you have a goal, type it in the chat, because I'd rather work off of somebody's goal. I don't want to work off of mine, because that's just like way too much Allie. So let's say one of your goals is, I don't want to be overweight anymore. So that's what you don't want. So that's under fitness. I don't want to be overweight anymore. What do you want? Flip it around. I want to feel good in my body. Maybe it's business related, field. If you're in Young Living and if you're building, maybe I don't want to be stuck at my rank. I feel stuck. So you flip it around. I want to be fill in the rank or the position. Or if it's finance, I don't want to be financially struggling, living paycheck to paycheck, never being able to save, money flies out the door as fast as it comes in. You flip that around to, I want to live with financial security. I don't ever want to have to worry about money. So you get clear about what you don't want, and then you figure out what you do want. And then we're going to work from that pink column to really narrow down and hone in your goal. Now, when you do this, a little voice is going to crop up telling you that you can't do something. That's your ego. And your ego voice wants to keep you safe and small and secure and status quo. The ego does not like change. So when you say your goal, what did this little voice inside your head say? Like, if you could put one word on it, what was it? And where do you feel it in your body? Like, do you feel it in your stomach? That's our power center. Do you feel it in your throat? Like, oh my gosh, I can't even say what my goal is, because it's like, I can't even get it out. And then, when have you felt this before? Because if you can trace it back to something, and if you just ask yourself, when did I feel this, where I wanted something, I felt it in my throat, or I felt it in my stomach, or I felt it in my heart? It's going to come to you just like that. And it helps you trace back to the beginning. And just having that awareness is a huge shift. So let's say you want to stop struggling financially. And when you say that, that you want to live with financial security, maybe the little mind or the little voice inside your head says, yeah, right. Because you're thinking, I'm going to make this much money this year, or if you're in Young Living, I'm going to get to this position and this rank in Young Living. And if the first voice you hear in your head is, yeah, right, where do you feel it? Do you feel it in the pit of your stomach? This is where the oils, and I'm going to talk about what oils to use, can really help you with this. So one oil that you can pull out right away is Believe. And when we smell an oil, it goes through the olfactory system right to the limbic region of the brain where all of our core beliefs are stored. And it can start to transform them. So you can keep saying the pink column, not the green, the pink of what you want while smelling your Believe oil. And that's how that is going to help shift for you. Okay? Now, I'm going to be staying on this page quite a while because this is a great outline of what you do when you want to manifest a goal. So whatever your goal is, you have to be passionate about it, because if you are not passionate about a goal, you're not going to work on it. And most people who say, I want to lose weight, so I need to eat better or go to the gym, they're really not passionate about it. They're not. The people who are passionate about it maybe had a really terrible health scare, but a majority of people are not passionate about eating well or going to the gym. And that's why most New Year's resolutions have been forgotten by the first week of February. So this needs to be something that you want. And, now if you're having trouble getting passionate about something, you're like, I have no idea what I want to do. Okay, let's find your passion. So Awaken is a really, really good oil. It's a great blend that will awaken a part of you that maybe has been slumbering. Or Inspiration is a really, really good oil. Another one that you can try is Live Your Passion. You may not know what it is, but that is a good smelling oil. It will help you figure out what you're passionate about. Now, you need to work with frequency with these oils. If you're just smelling them once every now and then when you think about it, that's not going to work. Every day, multiple times a day. Smell them, put them in your diffuser, topically apply them. Use them every way that you can. So you have to be passionate about your goal, because if you're not, it's going to be really hard to stick with it. So if, let's say in the workplace, there's a project and your goal is to complete it, ahead of schedule, is that project really your passion or is it your boss's? Because if it's not your passion, you're not going to be working nights or weekends and pulling out all the stops. You're not. But if it's your passion, if it's your project, if it's your business, if it's your health, if it's your idea and not society's idea for you, you're going to go for it. You're going to hustle and you're going to get it done. So the next step is you really need to make a decision. Even if it takes all year to reach your goal, you're going to make a decision. Lemon is your oil. So, okay, this may sound really weird, but a lot of people set a goal, but they never really decide to do it. I hear this all the time. I'm going to be so high on oils. You guys, I'm oiling up the whole time. I hope you are too. So post comments if you want to. So, that's lemon. That's good stuff. So seriously, all the time, I have people come to me and say, Allie, I want to build a Young Living business. And now, instead of getting all excited and me throwing myself into their passion and loading them up with information, I just step back and say, great. Let me see you schedule your first class, hold your first party, enroll your first couple of people before I get all super excited. Because most people are all talk and no action because they don't know what to do. They don't know the steps. And it's because they haven't decided. They haven't committed. And this is where we can get into the whole concept of what's your why? Why do you want to do this? It goes back to your passion. If you're passionate, you're going to do it. If you have a strong why, you're going to do it. You're going to make a decision. But if you're having trouble making a decision, smell lemon and make a declaration about it. I'm going to talk about that. You can see that lower on the totem pole. I'm going to talk about going public. But you need to, when you decide means declaration. You declare it. Even if it means you sit in your private space in your home and you verbalize it out loud that you're going to do this, okay? The next step is to get really clear about your end goal. So you're going to need to, you're in your car, you got your headlights on, you need to look at the end of the map. The end of the map. That's what you got to figure it out. So, wow, comments came in really weird here. Hold on. This is where I'm trying to figure out where to start. That's, you guys, I don't know if you saw, a comment just came in like as part of my PowerPoint. That's really, really bizarre. I'm not sure how that happened. So anyway, I'm not sure how to erase that, but that's okay. That's really, that just kind of threw me for a second. But you need to be able to visualize your end goal, including how you're going to feel when you get there. So this is where I'm going to talk about how you're going to write out your intentions. And that is actually in your booklet that I sent to you about how to set intentions. Okay, so we're going to get to that. But you need to get really clear. You got to be able to visualize it. So if your goal is, let's go back to, you know, I'm struggling financially. I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I want to be able to save money. I want to have financial security. Okay. All right. I want to be, you know, financially secure. What is the end goal? You got to stick a number on it. You got to stick a number. You have to be able to visualize it. Why do you want that number? What is it about it? And so you got to get really clear about, these are my bills. This is how much I want to save. This is how much I want to give to charity. You know, I want to take a vacation a year. I want to do this, that, or the other thing. You got to plan it out. You got to get really, really clear on the end goal and be able to visualize it. Part of the visualization process is the emotions of it. How are you going to feel? Because if you're just playing the movie and visualizing it without all of your senses, your subconscious mind doesn't pick it up as true. But if you start really putting your emotions into it, how you're going to feel, then your subconscious mind is like a very well-trained dog, and it's just going to do what you tell it to do. That's the beauty of this. So what are your oils? Your oils are peppermint. Your oils are clarity. Your oils are envision, so that you can actually envision where you're going. You got your headlights on and you're tooling down the road, but you have to be able to envision it. So when we talk about writing intentions, you want to take what you do want and you need to write it a certain way. So my best advice is to never write an intention with I want, because it will keep you wanting. My favorite way to write an intention is to write it as I am. You write it in the present tense as if it's already happened. So for me, you know, working on, you know, the next rank in Young Living, I have all over the place. In fact, I'm actually going to show you screensaver on my phone. Can you see what that says? And I know it's backwards, but it says I am gold, because that's the next rank I'm working on. So when you state it as I am, that's what your intention should be. And you just keep saying, because energetically you will be there, and it's just a matter of time for the universe to catch up with you. So write out your intentions as I am. So I am financially secure. I am happy. I am comfortable in my body. Whatever your goal is that you're working on. All right. Next step is you need to set a deadline, because if you do not set a deadline, it will never happen. And that's where most people fall off the cart. They just say, oh, I want to do this. Okay, by when? Oh, I'm just going to let it happen organically. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. Fruits and vegetables grow organically. Goals do not. So you can tweet that. That's a tweetable, okay? Fruits and vegetables grow organically. Goals do not. All right, so you have to set a deadline on when you want to achieve it. Be realistic, but tighten the deadline just enough to make yourself uncomfortable. Just to make yourself say, ooh, oh, Dad, I don't know if I can do that. I mean, I can. If I put a little hustle in it, I can do it. But, ooh, that's really uncomfortable. So how you're going to do this is this. Now, this is an example of a goal sheet that I did earlier in the year, and I achieved it a month before the deadline. So this is part of the next one, which is you're going to write out each step, but it has a deadline. I am a big fan, and I've gone through a training called the 90-day goal. The 90-day year. 90-day year. And the 90-day year teaches us to break down our goals by 90-day chunks. Because if you were to say right now, by this time next year, I want to be, fill in the blank, what your goal is, guess what? If I were to say, great, after this webinar tonight, what are you going to do towards that goal? Your gut reaction is going to be, Allie, I'm tired. Like it's going to be 8 p.m., I'm tired. But if I say, okay, you got to reach that in 90 days, then it's like, ooh, all right, I got to do something little tonight. I got to do something tomorrow, something the next day. It tightens the screws a little bit so that you have a little more hustle in your mojo. So what you do, you need to write out the steps, because if you set a goal, it sometimes just looks way too big. It's a big elephant and you're like, I have no idea how I'm going to get there. So what you do is you chunk it down into little easy pieces so that when you look at it, it's not so overwhelming. And these little easy pieces then go into your calendar, okay? Because when you're writing out each step, okay, I am a big day planner sort of gal. I mean, I am, just to give you an idea, I'm trying to find it. I mean, I am a planner sort of gal. I got stuff in here like crazy and planning out everything. Because if you have a goal but you don't know what you need to do every day, this is what you have to do. You chunk it down and then you stick it in your calendar so that you just don't sit around thinking, I don't even know what the first step is. You spend the time doing this. So, for example, you list your outcome goal. Now, if you have a really super big goal, you may not reach it in 90 days. So you set what the next step is that you want. So in this example that I'm showing you, I set this January 1st of this year, January 1st of 2017. My goal was to reach silver rank. I had been working on it for 18 months unsuccessfully. And so it was like, okay, I've been working on it 18 months. The little voice in my head, hello, Rudy. The little voice in my head was saying, Allie, you've been working on it 18 months. Big loser, not going to happen. Well, I started huffing and puffing oils all the time. And I did this. And what I did was I chunked it down, because before I didn't know what to do. I really didn't. Nobody showed me. But then I learned the system and it taught me what to do. So my goal was reach silver, and not just reach it and lose it, reach it and maintain it while I grow. And then I broke it down, on your sheet that I gave you, I have 3 projects. For me, I only needed 2. So what were the 2 big things that I needed to do to reach that? Well, I needed to grow legs, and I needed to grow my overall group volume. Okay, so those were my 2 projects. Those are the 2 things that you got to do. Now, under each of those, what are the specific things that I do? So if you look at like the second project, to grow the overall group volume, I need to be enrolling members. I put down exactly how many per month. And then I listed how many classes I'm going to do, how many meetups I'm going to do, how many member parties I'm going to co-host, you know, stuff like that. I listed how many people I'm going to help understand and get on Essential Rewards. I talked about, you know, networking groups that I'm in, care calls that I'm doing, people going to convention. I chunked it down so that when I looked at that, I knew exactly every week what I needed to do. Hold classes, talk about Essential Rewards, meet new people at networking events, do care calls, talk about convention. Okay? So does that make sense of how you do that? So you take your goal, you chunk it into, you know, what needs to happen to reach the goal, and then the tasks are the who, the what, the where, the when, the specific details, and that's what you then transfer into your calendar. So that whenever you open up your calendar, like I'm a big person, Sunday night, I look at the week and I see stuff like this. It's like I know exactly what I need to do. I know exactly what I need to do. You know, this presentation I had listed on Monday morning, start working on this presentation. Okay, I knew exactly what I needed to do so that I didn't get to today and freaked out that, oh my gosh, I haven't done it. No, I start working on it so that you're never panicked. So that's the 90-day goal system. All right. Going back, oh, the oil for that of writing out each step or each quality or each aspect of your goal is into the future, which I'm going to call him out on it. See this cute little guy here? He stole it from me. I had it last week. I saw him playing with it. I can't find it. It's here somewhere. Rudy, where's into the future? Do you know where it is? Yeah, he's taken the 5th. He's not telling me. All right, so you found your passion. You know what your goal is. You made a decision. You're really clear on the end goal. You set a deadline. You're writing out each step. Now you go public. Ah, where's the valor? Smell your valor, your courage oil. What do I mean by going public? Okay, you can do this a couple of different ways. And I'm serious. This is like a major step. And if you don't do this, can't guarantee you results. So you can go public by simply saying it out loud to yourself. So for me, my new goal is gold rank by February 28th, 2018. That's a very strategic date because it qualifies me to go to the gold retreat. So I just told it to all of you and anybody else who's watching this video. So you can just say it out loud. And when you say it out loud, it activates an energy. I want you all, like, when you talk, I want you to put your hand here. There's a vibration. Your words have a vibration to them. They have an energy to them. And when you speak life into your goals, you speak them physically. Have you ever heard that? Have you heard people say, speak life? Don't speak death. Don't say, well, I don't know how this is going to happen. No, you speak life. Feel the vibration. You are feeling and sending out a vibration that the universal laws are absolute and they will match. So I just put it out there. I am gold no later than February 28th, 2018. There you go. You could put it on your Facebook page. That's really bold. Go for it. You could just tell a couple of friends. You could tell your family. But be public about it, because as soon as you say it, you're accountable. It switches something in our brain, and our ego all of a sudden says, ruh-roh, she's really serious, and we don't want to be a fool. So everybody step it up. We got to help her reach her goal. And that's how it happens. Makes you more accountable. So valor is your oil of courage. Oh, that's good stuff. All right. What's the next thing that you're going to do? You are going to look at your goal every day. Who here has ever done a vision board? Okay, you need to have vision boards. If I could turn around my computer without unplugging everything, I've got one vision board here, one vision board there. I have 3 over here. I have vision boards all surrounding me in my office. because when you look at your goal every day, even if it doesn't consciously, like you consciously look at it, subconsciously it is playing on you. And remember how I said your subconscious mind is like a well-trained dog? It'll do what you tell it to do. And so if you're looking at something, let me show you something. I just snatched this off my vision board. So a vision board, you're going to put your affirmations, your I am. So here, I'm just like snatching things off my vision board. Okay, so I type up little, oh, the light in here is making this hard to see. This actually says, my schedule is flexible, which gives me freedom to live my life fully. Darn straight it is. Absolutely. I put that on there when it wasn't flexible, and gee, now it is. Isn't that interesting how that happens? Look at what's on here now. This is a badge for the 2018 Gold Retreat. Look whose face is on there. I did this last year with the Silver Retreat. Isn't that funny how that works? I'm looking at that every day. So put stuff on your vision board. Now, a vision board can be one of those, pretty, I wish I could turn this around and show you. It's got fabric and ribbon, and you slide the photos in, and you're putting photos and your own words and places you want to go and things that are going to help you get to your goal. But you can also make it on your computer and make it your screensaver. You can do that. Put it on your phone as a screensaver. Every time I turn on my phone, it says I am gold. And my response verbally is, yes, I am. Yes, I am. So look at it every day. And what are your oils? Believe. Believe like you believe, like you believe, like you believe. I use this oil every day. I put it on the bottom of my feet. I put believe on one foot and abundance on the other foot so that I believe and walk in abundance every day. That is an awesome, awesome oil. Rudy, smell. He's like, oh, Mama, that smells good. I like it. He loves believe. Okay, what's the next step? Take action. Okay, taking action is not you, and believe me, I know all about this because I do this. I can jam a square into a round hole with my sheer red personality, Leo, type A, lawyer brain. I can do that. That's not effective. What you do is you want to take what's called inspired action. When you make your goals, you write your steps, you have a vision board, you learn what you need to learn, you do what you have to do, but you don't take action. That's actually not a goal, it's just a wish. Okay? So inspired action is the best thing. What do I mean by that? Inspired action is when you've done all these things and you're so focused on your goal that you start seeing synchronicities and signs, and people come to you, and you just see things that inspire you and get, lead you to the next step, which leads you to something, which leads you to something, which helps you achieve your goal. So, for example, have you ever, and I'm going to plant this in your mind, have you ever said to yourself, wow, I wonder if there are any yellow cars on the road? Do they even make yellow cars anymore? Tomorrow, I want you to be focused on that, and you're going to see a lot of yellow cars, because we are so bombarded with visual things and information that our brain cannot process it. But when you laser focus on something, you will see it. You absolutely will see it. So if you are focused on your goal, you will see what you need to do, and you will take those steps. That's inspired action. What's going to get you there? Orange oil, motivation oil is a great one. These are, oh, that smells so good, that orange oil. That is good stuff. These get you going, they get your brain going. So you need to take action. You just cannot sit behind your computer and sit at home on the couch and think that your goal is going to happen. It's not. You have to take steps. Okay? So whatever your goal is, take the inspired action, but you have to be laser focused on it. So if your goal is to get so that your body just feels healthy, focus, like read health blogs, go out and read health books, go do something physical that you enjoy, go walk the mall, and you're going to see other things that are health related that are going to catch your eye. You're walking through the mall and all of a sudden you walk past the bookstore and, oh, there's a book. And it's like, oh, that book is exactly what I'm trying to do. And you read that book and it gives you an idea and it takes you to the next step. Do you see how that happens? You have to be aware. It's taking the blinders off. That's what it's doing. And these oils will help you take the blinders off so that you can take the action. Okay? Goals without action are just a wish. Sorry, that's the blunt truth. All right, next step, be an attraction magnet. What does that mean? Don't push away the good things that are coming to you. Every day, all throughout the day, we are being given things that we ask for, but then we push them away. We don't mean to. We're doing it subconsciously. So how do we do that? We push it away by being negative. We push it away by doubting. So if you make a goal and then you start doubting it, like you start verbalizing to your friends, well, I set this goal, but dang, I don't know how it's going to happen. Well, you just canceled it out. Stop it. Don't do that. Don't do that. And if you're saying, if you have a goal that you want to be of a weight, and you just want to feel healthy in your body, but then you're like, oh, I just ate this food and that's not good for me and I just don't know how this is going to happen. You just canceled it out. It's a being positive, never doubting, always speaking life into it. I want you to do that. Speak, say a word, and you're going to feel a vibration in your throat, speaking life into it. And when you do this, you will see those synchronicities, you will see those signs. And here's the thing. Here's what society has become. We got our faces stuck in our phones. Stop it. Don't do that. You will not see the signs and the synchronicities. You will not be an attraction magnet. You will not attract to you the signs and the synchronicities that are so desperately knocking on your door saying, hello, I'm here. Stop pushing me away. Stop slamming the door in my face. What are your oils to help you with this? Because this is a big issue for a lot of people. Myrrh. Myrrh, myrrh, myrrh. Ew, I can't even get the top off of myrrh. Do y'all have myrrh? Oh my God. I can't even get it is a thick oil. Oh my gosh, the viscosity, I can't even open it. That's going to take a screwdriver or pliers. All right, magnify your purpose is the next one. Oh, this is an amazing oil. I have it in my diffuser right now. With any goal, you need to magnify your purpose. This is a must. Must have. It doesn't matter what you're working on. That's a must have. And then the next oil, this is my personal favorite, transformation. And you don't use these oils just once or for a week or for a month. You use them. I use them for a year plus. When I used transformation for an entire year, not knowing what it did, I just used it because it smelled nice. That is the year that I went to my first Young Living convention. I made the decision to do the business, and I made the decision to leave the Virginia area and move back to Michigan, even though I had no idea how that was going to happen. Transformation. I transformed my thoughts. I became an attraction magnet. Very powerful oil. Very, very powerful. All right. Let's go to the next one. Stay focused and don't give up. Most people give up right before they reach their goal. I see it all the time. I see that all the time. I saw this great, I wish I would have put it in here. It was a great graphic that said, don't quit. And they blacked out the part of it to where the first two letters and the last two letters were highlighted. And those were do it. Just do it. That's my mantra. Just do it. Make a decision, do it. Just make a decision and do it. But you have to stay focused on it. When you stay focused on your goal every day, when you look at it every day, you got your vision board, it will happen. You have to have it in your face every single day. Goals are not meant to be easy. If they were, everybody would achieve them, but they are meant to be rewarding. All right, let's see. Comment came in. Let's look at the chat. All right, Emmy, you got your moving goal. Good for you. So goals are not meant to be easy. They're meant to be rewarding, because when you reach them, how do you feel? You're like, yeah, you're like Rocky at the top of the stairs. You're like, yeah. If they were easy, you would just be like, psh, no big deal. They are not meant to be easy, but they are so fulfilling. So what are your oils to help you stay focused? Rosemary. Rosemary is an awesome focus oil. Ooh, that's so fresh. I like that. Cedarwood. Cedarwood will keep you focused. Those two together, rosemary and cedarwood, delish. And then highest potential. Highest potential is another. I believe that laws should be passed regarding essential oils that mandate certain oils in every home. Thieves, valor, and highest potential. Because if you're not living to your highest potential, okay, what's going on? What's going on with that? Highest potential, awesome, 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 awesome oil. It smells delish. I just love it. Stay focused, don't give up. And then the last two go together. You need to live this with passion. You need to be happy. You need to be grateful. The universe loves grateful people and gives more to those who are grateful. Whatever you're grateful about and happy about, you're going to get a whole lot more of it. If you are a whiner, if you are a complainer, you're going to get a lot of that. Okay? I've been seeing a lot of that today, and all I can say, and I'm really trying to help people, but all I can say is if you keep it up, you're going to get more of that. I don't want more of that. I want a lot of good stuff. I got monster goals for 2018. You need to enjoy the ride. If you are not enjoying the ride, go back to the first one that says find your passion. You have to be passionate about this. Because if you do not enjoy the ride, you're not going to do it. And it's really hard to be happy and grateful and full of passion if you're not passionate about your goal. So if you set a goal where you're going to be unhappy at some point along the path, you're just not going to succeed. You're not. Find something that you're passionate about. So what are your oils? I already talked about live your passion. There is a live with passion. That's a good one. Oh, these all just smell so good. And here's the funny thing. You may smell these oils and say, Allie, what's wrong with you? They smell heinous. If an oil, and I'm talking about the energy, if an oil does not smell good to you, like there's something in it that doesn't smell good, it's because it's not resonating with your energy field, with your body, and you need it. That's what that means. So if it doesn't resonate, you get it. And then you message me and say, Allie, I believe you. I got it. What's your next oil? Joy. Some people think joy is terrible. I wear it in lieu of perfume. So I can only imagine what they think I smell like. Next oil, gratitude. Yes, gratitude does come in a bottle, because did you know that Young Living blends these to reach a frequency? Gratitude has a frequency. Joy has a frequency. Peace has a frequency. Passion has a frequency. Valor, courage has a frequency. Young Living blends for the frequency. They don't blend for the smell. All right, let me check the chat. All right. Oh, good D. Good goals. First, by transformation oil to transform who you want to be. Yes, 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 yes. And then geranium is also good for be happy, be grateful. Oh, that smells really sweet. Rudy, smell geranium. Smell. Look at him. You're so sweet, you don't need it. See? Cat safe. Gotta love them. All right, so we went through the goal sheet. You have this intention sheet that shows you how to set intentions, about how to get clear, about how to go for your big fish, about how to write it down, about how to focus on this. about how to practice gratitude every day. And when you look at your goal, instead of looking at it with, why am I not there? Why am I not one step closer? Look at it from the viewpoint of, here I am today. Where was I a month ago? Or better yet, where was I a year ago? Holy moly, when I do that to people, they're like, I really have come a long way, baby. Yeah, you have. You have. When we're in transit and we're not at the goal, it's like being in the car with kids who are saying, are we there yet? Are we there yet? And it just makes it more miserable. Practice gratitude, and to help you get there, look at where you were a month ago or a year ago, and that'll instantly bring you into gratitude. Instantly, to say, wow, I've really come a long way. Okay? Without fail, do it every day. Vision boards, I talked about. Visualizing is so important because energy goes where energy flows. And if you ignore your intentions, they are not going to manifest. That's why vision boards are important. Intentions are important. Take your intentions and stick them all over your house. I am not kidding when I say I find intentions in my freezer. I do. I put them everywhere. They're everywhere. And play your intention and your goal like a movie in your mind. Invoke all your senses. How does it feel when you reach it? How are you feeling? What are the smells? What do you see? And take that inspired action. So this is for anybody who is not in Young Living, because I'm recording this and going on my website. And if you're digging this and you're like, this is awesome, I want to learn more, whoever showed you this video, ask them what their member number is so that you can sign up under them. If you want to get into my team, just message me and I will help you do that. Let me check the chat here. How do you incorporate a secondary goal such as doing more energy healing work into my primary goal? Well, Emmy, so moving to New Mexico is your primary goal and incorporating more energy healing work. Like, do you want to have a business? Do you want to volunteer it? This is what you got to figure out. You got to get really clear. What do you want? What do you want it to look like? Who do you want to work with? I mean, I know you love working with animals, but do you also want to, work with people? So, okay, you want to have a business and volunteer. Okay, so your secondary goal is you need to make a list of everything that you need to do to have a corporation in New Mexico. So you take that 90-day goal sheet and your goal is to have a business, energy healing business in New Mexico. What are your projects? Your first project is, how the heck do I have a business in New Mexico? So you're going to have to check the New Mexico state website, state corporation website. You're going to have to file and get a limited liability license, maybe a sales tax license. You need to, whatever you want to do, a website, business cards. You need to go through and do that. So I actually have an online class that I did, probably 2 years ago, called How to Be a Healingpreneur. And I walk you through everything that you need to do to set up an energy healing business or any other, like a Young Living business. So if you want that, I don't even remember what the cost is, to be honest. It's not that expensive. It's like 4 hours of training. And just let me know. Email me if you want to have access to that. But you have to chunk it down into bite-sized pieces. Otherwise, you are going to freak out. That's why, let me go back. That's why this is so important. Oh, Emmy, that's right. You did take Healingpreneur. You need to go back to that. Go back to that class and look at the notes and look at everything. And it walks you through exactly what to do. And you take that and you put it into this. You put it into this 90-day goal sheet and write out every little thing that you need to do so that when you do something, you check it off and then you go to the next thing and you check it off and you go to the next thing and you check it off. And the whole time, you are sniffing your motivation oil and you're sniffing your valor oil. You're using the oils to get you through it, because if you want to do something different, you have to become a different person energetically. This is why for anyone who is building a business of any kind, personal development is a daily practice. You notice I said personal development, not business development. Personal development. You have to develop into the sort of a person who has their own business, because right now you don't. You develop yourself into the person who has a business. That's why I said at the beginning, you can't keep doing the same thing and expect to have a different result. If you want to do something different, you have to become someone different. It doesn't mean that you lose who you are. You grow as a person. So I hope that makes sense. You absolutely can do it. I have my daily practices, gratitude. I do vision work. I do personal development. I do my multiple businesses. But there are certain things that I do absolutely every single day, and personal development is one, because I cannot get to the next goal unless I develop into what it takes to be successful at that goal. And dream big. Go for big fish. Go for big fish. I mean, my big goal is Royal Crown Diamond, because I'm going to single-handedly fund my Sheltering Animals and Families Together program, because I detest fundraising. So I just want to take my Royal Crown Diamond check and dump it into that program so that I can help women, children, and their pets get to safety. I'm going to single-handedly fund it. This is why you have to be passionate about what you're doing. You have to have a really strong why. So, and if you need more on that, there's an awesome book called Start With Why by Simon Sinek. I highly recommend it. Before you start anything big, read that book. You need to know your why. All right, any other questions? Any other questions? All right. Ladies, I got this in 50 minutes. That is a miracle. That's a miracle. Yay for everybody. All right. All right. So, all right. Happy to see everybody on here, and I hope this was helpful, and you all got your email with your document to print. So go for it. Absolutely go for it. You guys can do it. Oh, Rudy. There's Rudy Magoo. Come here before we close out. Here's Rudy. He sends kisses to everybody.
Oh my God.
All right. So everybody have a great, great night, and send me questions if you have them, okay? Nice to see you all. Talk to you later. Bye.